Hello everyone, it is me again, and it is Saturday, April... Why do I never know the date? It is April 18th, so the 18th day of Camp Nano. I actually filmed earlier this week. I even started on a Tuesday, which is very different for me because, you know, I typically start my vlogs on Thursdays. But I filmed on Tuesday, maybe even a little on Wednesday, I'm not sure. I just decided I didn't really like much of what I did in those clips, so I'm going to either delete them entirely or include the relevant bits, I guess, now? I am starting fresh with this vlog, so yes, it is April 18th. We're well into the April session of Camp NaNoWriMo. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the page so I can update you on what I've done. I can, while it loads, at least show you what my Camp Nano spread looks like. It's very bright and very colorful. Ooh, as you can see, I am almost finished coloring in these boxes. So yeah, I am currently sitting at 77 pages. Excuse me, I almost said words because of this website, but I am at 77 out of 100 pages that I have rewritten, which puts me, you know, more than halfway through, so I'm excited. I'm very, very close. If I continue at the rate I've been going, I will finish on April 24th. And I'm sorry for the lighting. For some reason, this is the only place on my desk where you can see me. So now we have the mood slats from my blinds. But I had a really good day yesterday. I rewrote 8 pages. And then the 14th was Tuesday, and I rewrote 6 pages that day, and then the rest of the week I averaged between 3 and 5 pages. My best day so far has been April 9th, where I rewrote 9 pages, so that's pretty cool. According to the site, I really only need to rewrite 2 pages today to stay on track for my target, and that's good news because it is 6:25 p.m. and I have done no writing today. None whatsoever. And I always have these big grand plans where I'm gonna wake up early, I'm gonna make some coffee, you know, and it was a good morning for it. It was like a rainy morning and I should have just done it, but I woke up, I took a shower, I ate a whole bag of chocolate peanut butter bugles, and then I realized I felt kind of crappy, and so I went and I laid back down for, you know, a couple of hours. It's kind of embarrassing, you know, that's adult life though, I feel, when you don't have, you know, kids and familial duties to attend to. That's adult life. You wake up, you take a shower because you want one, you eat a bag of bugles, and then you go back to bed. Like, you could say that's quarantine life, but honestly, apart from having to wear a mask when I go out for essentials, nothing about my life has changed because I am a homebody, so... So that's been my day. I read a little. I started The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I mentioned before, I read her, like, Shiver or Linger. I read the first book of that series way back in the day, and then I just never read anything else by her. But I paid for a seminar in June where I was supposed to go and it was like a 5-hour writing seminar, and I still want to go, but I'm not sure if it'll actually be something that is happening. She sent out an email to everyone who bought tickets that it's still going to be a seminar, it's just it may be a live video seminar instead, which is a little disappointing because this was like a big step for me. I was stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm not big for crowds. My autism makes me not do well in public, so it was like a big step for me. I was gonna go and, you know, obviously I was gonna learn stuff about writing, and also I was gonna possibly meet other writers, and that was exciting. So I'm a little disappointed that I might not get to do that. Obviously, I'm not trying to, you know, first world problems, I get, you know, I'm not trying to make it seem like, how dare this quarantine, you know, affect me so deeply and not everyone else. I know the quarantine and everything that, you know, is the root of the quarantine. I know it is affecting many other people in many worse ways. So if that's my biggest problem, you know, I'm doing good. So I'm not trying to make light of real issues being caused by the virus or anything. I just had to complain because it is a little disappointing. But anyway, long story short, so I started the Raven Boys because everyone talks really highly of this series, the Raven Cycle, but also I wanted to kind of read something of hers that was newer and read it closer to the date of the seminar so that I could, if she referenced her own writing, you know. So I started it, I read the first 2 or 3 chapters. It's, I feel like it's starting kind of slow, and sorry, my hair. But yeah, so I read a little today, and then I also played Dragon Age because I wanted to, but also I've been thinking a lot about my fantasy that I talked about a little bit, that I bought Campfire for. It is, you know, I'm tentatively calling it Project Elfblood for now, and I've been thinking a lot about it, and Dragon Age Origins has been kind of the aesthetic inspiration for it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Dragon Age. So you'd think because Origins was the aesthetic inspiration, I would play that. No, I played Inquisition because I wanted them updated graphics. And it's funny because I actually woke up a few days ago thinking about Dragon Age 2, which means I was probably dreaming about it, and so I kind of want to play that, but I still opted for Inquisition because better graphics. But yeah, so I should probably get writing. I will be starting chapter 29, and it is page 192 of the first draft, which means if I do 3 pages, basically if I get to 195, I will then be halfway through the first manuscript. So that's pretty cool. I would like to get a lot more than halfway before camp is over because this is a long manuscript and I want to be done the second draft soon. God, jeez. I want to be done the second draft soon so that I can start the third draft soon because I want to get this ready to publish kind of as soon as possible. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not looking to drag this out or, you know, at this point I'm kind of just getting it published so that I tell the full story, and for the few people who are reading it, they get, you know, an actual decisive ending. Because after this series, my next novels, unless I become more knowledgeable, I guess, about being self-published, my next few novels I will either try to do the traditional publishing route again, and do better at querying this time. I was very naive and I didn't really know what I was doing, and I probably should have just worked harder at that before I went the self-publishing route. But it was an experience and I learned a fair amount, so I don't regret it. But I will in the future possibly be trying to get an agent to get traditionally published, or at the very least I will be looking into independent publishers. I was published independently before and it was great, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to sound lazy or anything, but you know, when you independently publish, you know, it's almost like self-publishing in that you're not reaching as big an audience as you would if you were traditionally publishing. You're definitely not making as much money, and, excuse me, you can't walk into like a Barnes & Noble and find your book. So the experiences of independent publishing houses and self-publishing are very much the same. But when you're independently published, you know, those publishers take care of cover art and marketing and all of that stuff that I am complete garbage at. So I will also be looking into independent publishing houses. Like I said, I don't regret self-publishing. It was an experience, and you know, when I tell people that I self-published, people who aren't writers and aren't in the scene, they think it's really impressive that I opted to do all the work myself. And so, you know, it looks good on my resume, so to speak, but I do want to try other avenues of publishing with my future books. So, yeah. Oh my god, my jaw clicking is driving me crazy, and I really hope you can't hear it, because if it's driving me crazy, it must be driving you crazy. For those who don't know, I've mentioned before, I have TMJ, which is temporomandibular joint dysfunction disorder, some garbage like that. and it causes my jaw to make clicking sounds for some odd reason, so I apologize deeply if you can hear it in my videos. But yeah, I'm going to use my little app. It is not the Forest app that everyone is using. It is a free knockoff app, but it has the same basic principle. I'm going to set a little thingy to plant for 25 minutes and kind of get started on chapter 29. That freaking thing scares me every freaking time I have it on, like, my volume on. But yeah, so I did a 25-minute sprint just now. I'm almost done my coffee. I bought myself some syrup, some flavored syrup, when I ran out for essentials the last time. Excuse me. And I wanted some sugar-free flavored syrups, but the only sugar-free one they had was vanilla, and I already have that one, and I'm kind of sick of it because it's almost empty by now. So I got salted caramel, and it has, I think, 100 calories per serving, but it's 2 tablespoons that make up a serving, and I don't use that much, so I feel okay. And it just tastes really good. As far as that sprint goes, I got to page 194, so, you know, did 2 pages, and got 847 words done. I'm excited because I like what's happening in this chapter, but it's also hard to write, I guess, because in the first draft there's a lot of telling versus showing, and it feels very unnatural, and I have to find a more organic way to show, and that's been a little difficult. Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to finish that paragraph that I was interrupted by my app during. I wish I could tell you all about what's happening in this chapter just because it's kind of exciting to me, but I don't really want to spoil too much of it. I guess it's okay to share a line from it because I really enjoy this line. I enjoy this character. She is one of Shyla's teachers, and I'm not going to say she becomes a main character in book 2, but, you know, you see her a lot as Shyla is at high school, quite a lot. And she isn't a main character in book 3, really, but she does become a bigger character. But she's talking to Shyla right now, and I'm not going to give you the full rundown of everything that's happening, but she says, "I might teach history and not math, Miss Bellamy, but even I can tell when things simply don't add up." And it's stupid, but for some reason this is a line that has just, I don't know, been one of my favorites since I first wrote the original draft. And I love writing Miss King's dialogue. I named her Miss King, too, as just a little, little call to my favorite author, you know. I also gave her the name Calla way before I even started reading the Dark Tower series, because book 6 in the Dark Tower series is called The Wolves of the Calla, and so I named her Calla King as my kind of nod towards my favorite author, which seems really stupid explaining it, but I don't know, it's fun. So yeah, I think I'm about ready to do another sprint, plant another flower, and I'm also ready to turn on my new mood lighting. Oh, I love it. So I had these out in the living room / dining room, but never really use them, so I put them in here. I know it's not Christmas, but they make me feel happy, I don't know. So yeah, as you can see, they go under there, but y'all don't need to see that. You just see the pretty part. Oh, and because I was talking about that the other day, that's the picture that my boyfriend had made for us. So yeah, I'm gonna do another sprint. I probably won't film this one because I don't want the video to be too long, but I will let you know how it goes. So yeah, I didn't film anything yesterday after I said I would let y'all know, and I did not, but I showed off. This dark blue is everything that I did yesterday, so I rewrote 8 pages yesterday. I only did 1 today because I just didn't do anything today. I played Dragon Age, I played Animal Crossing, and then I hung out with my boyfriend for the rest of the day. So, but you know, it's okay for me to take a day off and hang out with my boyfriend. It's okay. Also, I'm wearing a tank top, so my stretch marks are showing. I have really bad ones. I'm trying to accept them, you know. But yeah, so 8 pages yesterday and 1 page today. And that brings my total for Camp Nano up to 86 pages out of 100 that I have revised and rewritten and, you know, blah blah blah. I am currently on page 201, which means I have pretty much just barely passed the halfway point in the first draft. I want to get done sooner, especially because I am adding way more than I thought I would. Like I said, we passed the halfway point of my first draft. In the second draft, I am already at 90,126 words. I don't know what to do with that. So when I write the third draft, I'm gonna have to do a lot of cutting, and I'm not looking forward to that at all. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little update to basically show you how the week ended. I know Sunday is technically the beginning of the week, but I hate that Mondays are the beginning of my weeks. That's why I like the Hobonichi so much, because Mondays start. But yeah, so tomorrow, as my new schedule entails, I am working from home tomorrow and Tuesday, and I'm going to try and get up at my normal time so that I can use all that time to write. And I have to run out and grab milk from the 7-Eleven, because when I ran out for essentials the other day, I'm an idiot and did not include milk on my list of essentials, even though it is. So that's smart. But yeah, so I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making in my rewrite. And yesterday I allowed myself to play around with my Project Elfblood idea, and I'm feeling excited about that again, especially as I play through Dragon Age once more, you know, for like the millionth time. So yeah, this is going to be the end of week 3, and I'm really happy with the progress I'm making. I want to do a lot more, because it would have been awesome if I could just be done the second draft by the end of April, but that's not going to happen, and I'm not going to rush it to make it happen. So I'm happy getting halfway through the first draft, and I'll be happy if I can maybe get 3/4 of the way through by the end of April. But like I said, I'm not going to rush anything. It's going to be organic. So yeah, I'm going to end this vlog. How's your Camp Nano session going? Are you on track? Are you a little behind? Are you ahead of schedule? Like, what's the dealio? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I'm probably actually just gonna go to bed and transfer the footage first thing in the morning, you know, set it up to transfer, run out and grab milk. And also, these Christmas lights still make me so freaking happy you don't even understand. I turned them on earlier, and then I left. I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and it's like I keep forgetting I have them, so I see them, and I'm like super excited when I see them, and I don't know. That's the feeling I need at my writing desk. Like, that might even be exactly what I was looking for, because I've been talking about how I want a new desk, how I want to move move my desk, I want new bookshelves, blah blah blah. But I think these Christmas lights, you know, may have put a band-aid on that need for right now, so I'm super happy about that. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.